Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Simple Living Happy Home. I'm Meredith, and currently I am hanging out in my guest bedroom upstairs here at my house to show you guys some of the things that we are getting our daughter for Christmas this year. So my daughter's 2 years old, and she is very much into any animals, whether it's zoo animals, farm animals, unicorns, all the animals. She loves all the animals. She really loves pretend play. So any of her toy food, toy pots and pans, her toy cleaning set, her baby crib, all of that sort of stuff. She loves that. And she loves books and she loves puzzles. We do use ABC Mouse with her. And so she is learning letters, she's learning numbers, she's learning how to count. At this point, she can count from 1 to 10 on her own. And she's now starting to try to associate the numbers with an actual, like, tangible meaning. So she knows about half of the alphabet. Well, I shouldn't say half of the alphabet. She knows half of the letters in the alphabet. They're not necessarily the first half, but she knows a lot of those alphabet letters, and she knows some of the sounds. She's working on some of those things too. When I buy stuff for my daughter, I don't approach it from like a super minimalistic standpoint. I do want her to have plenty of options of toys to play with and things to play pretend with. But I don't want her to have so many things that she gets overwhelmed. Rotate out books, we rotate out toys. So that way she still has, about half a dozen toys to play with that are very different. She'll have her Legos that she can build with. She has her trucks that she can play pretend with. She has her puzzles that she can put together. She has her stuffed animals that she can, do whatever with. So individually, they're very different types of toys and types of play, but she has access to about half a dozen of those different options, depending on what she feels like she wants to do. And we do rotate toys so that way she doesn't get bored with anything. I can always tell when I need to do a toy rotation, because she will just start pulling out all of her toys and they will be all over the place, but she won't actually be playing with any of them. Obviously, we still have, the dolls and just the toys. But we also try to make sure we get her some educational things. So the first thing that I got her for Christmas are these puzzles. These are 30-piece puzzles. I got these off of Amazon, and there are actually 6 of them. I don't have this open yet because I don't want to lose any of the pieces before she actually opens it up and starts playing with it. But the first one here is like safari animals. I know there's farm animals. There's, I think, like a construction scene puzzle. I think there's an underwater scene. I know there's a dinosaur puzzle in here. This will probably be a challenge for her, more because they're just so small and she's not used to pieces this small. And that's the other thing I should say. She is 2 years old. These are smaller pieces, but my daughter is beyond the point of putting a ton of things in her mouth that she knows aren't supposed to go there. She'll still put her fingers in her mouth and suck on her fingers and chew on that sort of thing, but she doesn't put anything small in her mouth that she knows she's not supposed to actually eat. So we have those puzzles. And then this I'm actually really excited for, and I'll probably open this up at some point, but it's a frog math scale. And again, I got this off of Amazon, and there are 3 different ways to use this. Either number recognition, number counting, and number addition. So it gradually increases in the difficulty levels there. But the interesting thing about this is that these the actual numbers are weighted to match how many frogs you have on the other side. So if you have, in this case on the box, they have a 3 and a 2, so that's 5. So it's actually balanced to be accurate when you have 5 frogs on that side. So I'm hoping what this is going to do is it's going to help her associate the actual numerical number with the quantity. Because right now that's this thing that she's struggling with, is when I have her try to count, she'll just, start counting from a random number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She won't actually be, kind of counting the individual items. And so I'm hoping that this is going to help kind of make that association for her. And plus, this is going to be something that she's going to be able to continue to use as we continue through the letter of the week, as we continue through math stuff. So one of the last things that I got for my daughter for Christmas are these spelling puzzles. And I got this one specifically because it's 3-letter words. And with her just starting her letter of the week, I really wanted to kind of introduce these shorter words. And so it's, words like cat, key, cow. And the puzzles are set up so that each letter is on a different piece. And then obviously there's the image above it that until she can actually start to do some of the spelling things, she can kind of put the puzzle together based on the actual picture of the item. So there are 36 in here, but it is also two-sided. So I really liked this because it seemed like such a good bang for your buck. Help her see and make the association between letters and words. None of the stuff that I got was more than like $12 to $15, I think was the maximum that I went on any of them. And then the last thing I got for her, and this is more, these aren't really Christmas gifts, they are more just with letter of the week and then eventually preschool stuff, are these two books from JDA Learning Resources. We have the Elemental Phonics Level 1. And so what this is it starts off with obviously the alphabet because they do need to know each letter sound first. And then it goes into two-letter sounds and learning the d, a, da. And then as she goes through this book, she can get eventually up to, I gotta get there. There we go. She can get up to 3-letter sounds, which at that point she can start learning words. So k, a, t, cot. Okay. And then eventually the end of the book actually gets into some sentences with those shorter words so that she can actually start to learn to read. The other one that I got is preschool writing, learning to write letters and numbers. This I really am happy that I got because it has lots of practice for each, capital letter. It goes into the capitals and the lowercase. And then it goes into several options for practicing numbers. But what I really like is that it starts off by having them practice and just follow the dotted line consistently through the whole page. So, versus as they get better at it, then they can follow the dotted line, but then they can actually practice on their own. So I'm really excited about this. I just started the letter of the week program with my daughter today. I was actually really impressed. She sat for an hour doing different activities out of week 1. I was so impressed. She was just having a ball. We were using crayons, we were using markers, we were doing some counting. She was identifying the colors and the shapes, and we were practicing using scissors and cutting. If you are a parent of a young kiddo, the big thing that I want you to understand is to not feel guilty if you're not buying your children the latest and greatest toys. Honestly, they don't need them. A lot of kids are just content playing with the normal things that you have around your house, your pots, your pans, your utensils. Having books is obviously a good thing to have, picture books and stuff, but don't feel like you have to spend a ton of money and buy a ton of gifts. If you are a parent and you're struggling with that, and that kind of pressure to be a consumer and to buy things, take a step back, take a breath, and just know that no matter if you buy your kids one Christmas present or you buy them 10, the important thing is that you're spending time with them and that you're giving them opportunities to learn and to grow. But having them surrounded by tons of stuff may not necessarily help in that process. And sometimes it can actually impede their ability to do those things. So don't feel like you have to. If you want to, go for it. That's your choice. But don't feel like you are pressured to do that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.